Throughout my entire life, there's been a game series that has always been there, always reminding me of why I play RPGs with the dedication that they deserve, while also reminding me of fantastic times that I've had with others. And no, it's not Final Fantasy. I'm talking about the Tales series. Through every stage in my life, I have had or witnessed a Tales game, and every time it made me rededicate myself to the RPG genre. From the time when I was too young to have my own console, I watched my brother play Tales of Destiny. Released in 1997, it was the second title in the Tales series, and the beginning of a lifelong passion. Flash forward a few years, and me and my brother would take turns playing Tales of Destiny 2, a fine game that carried the traditions of the series onto a new generation of consoles. Take another step forward, and I watched one of my best friends play Tales of Symphonia, as I didn't have a GameCube. Even in more recent times, I sit playing Tales of Grace's F with a few close friends from college on a huge TV in a multi-purpose room eating ramen. The Tales games have shaped my life as a gamer, not only in what games I like to play, but also where I set my expectations for the genre. The Tales series has consistently put out top-notch JRPGs ever since they released Tales of Fantasia in 1995, and has continually upped the bar on themselves. With each game only really being beaten out by the next Tales game or a few other wildcards, they are one of the most consistent franchises in the business. Why are they so popular? Because the Tales series broke the mold. In addition to Fantasia being the first game on the Super Famicom to feature fully streamed voices, most games were focusing on turn-based combat where you control everyone's actions. Tales games have you directly control one character, while the computer controls the rest, while you give indirect commands in the system they call the Linear Motion Battle System. Well, doesn't that just roll right off the tongue? Let's call it the LMBS for short. The strategy in this kind of combat is leagues ahead of turn-based. It's like working with real people, both in their unpredictableness and in the fact that they can throw a big old fat monkey wrench in your plans by messing something up real bad. Many controllers were broken due to this fact, but it wasn't out of rage at the game. It was at yourself not planning how you should have. The games not only demanded in-battle tactics, but also out-of-battle preparation. Something not too many games were doing at that time to Fantasia. And a shimmer of hope for the next game is on the horizon. Shortly after the last release, they trademarked Tales of Xillia in the United States, a necessary preparation for releasing the game here in the West, to keep another Tales of Eternity, Tales of Destiny 2 mishap from occurring. A Tales of Xillia localization was hinted at a lot over the past year or so, and I suppose fan support was strong enough for them to highly consider the possibility. So, score 1 for RPG fans! And wow, does this game look promising! With a nearly flawless score of 39 out of 40 from Nintendo's magazine Famitsu, and having sold 250,000 copies in Japan, making it the highest selling game in the series, you know they obviously struck gold. Or it may just be a badass game. The game story is set to follow two main characters, Jude Mathis, a stalwart young man who left his hometown and is training at a medical school. Serious crap happens down at a military base involving spirits, and somehow feels the need to go check it out. Because that's what sensible people do, right? And Milla Maxwell, a guardian set to watch over the well-being of spirits, who senses a disturbance at the same military base and goes to see the meaning of this uncouth behavior. The story is of course driven from there in an undoubtedly awesome way. But fantastic story is only a third of what makes great RPGs great. It also needs a fun and engaging battle system. Keeping with the tradition of the series, you only get to control one character. So, what's the battle system called this time? A dual raid linear motion battle system, or a DRLMBS. Sure, why not add more letters to an already odd initialism? That'll make it easier to say. But in this dual raid linear locomotive bath time system, coordination with party members is far more important due to the stress on link arts, which are when two characters chain together and unleash hell on some poor sap. I mean, of course you can chain regular attacks and arts by yourself, but it wouldn't be as fun. They don't call it a dual rhino live in La Vida local battle sauce for nothing, you know. Overlimit, which was in previous titles, reappears, allowing Mystic Guards to make a comeback. Also, players can expect a behind-the-character view as opposed to the traditional top-down view for the first time in the series, so yay progress! As for that last third, the soundtrack has to be emotionally relevant and catchy, something a lot of modern games fall short of. A lot of the tracks are catchy, but they have more of an atmospheric feel to them. Modern game devs, take notice. Melodies are a good thing. And this game's music does provide some good melodies, but unfortunately does fall victim to the modern trends a bit. It's a shame, really. But nonetheless, it's a fantastic soundtrack. There's been no official release date, but we have every right to believe that this game is coming here. But we'll just have to keep our eye on it. And when the time comes, I'll make sure that there's a review.